Hello YouTube land, it's Debbie from the Canadian Crocheter. Today I won't be talking about any of my finished objects or whips or anything like that. I'll save that for next week. What I do want to talk about is I went to my first Fibre Festival. It was in the Prince Edward County Fibrefest 2018. I'm sorry, I just didn't take a lot of pictures. I think I took maybe 2. I was so excited that I just, forgot about my camera. Anyway, Prince Edward County is an area in Ontario, Canada. It's probably about 3 or 4 hours away from me. And it is known for farming and wineries. Didn't get to visit any wineries, but maybe next time. Anyway, it was my first Fibre Festival, so I really had no comparison to anything. I don't know if it was a big one or not, but there was probably about 50 vendors there. I would say 99% of them were Canadian, mostly from Ontario and adjoining Quebec, the province next to us. And there was a few stores, and they carried stuff from other countries, but I concentrated on Canadian content. Now, again, I have nothing to compare it to, so I don't know if that was a big Fibre Festival or not. I enjoyed myself. I actually thought I was going to get some good deals, to be honest with you, but pretty much the prices were the same as you would get online. When you go to these, like I go to the Cottage show, for example, there's always some Cottage show specials, and I always try to take advantage of them. But there wasn't anything like that there. But anyway, I'll know for next time. I will try a couple of other festivals. There's some north of us coming up. So maybe one time on my way up to the Cottage, I will go to stop in to one of the festivals. Anyway, I want to show you what I got. So the first thing is, like I said, I tried to stick to Canadian content. So there is a Canadian company, Canadian dyer, called Mineville Wool Project. And basically, this is the way I understand it, they basically either they source their yarn or their bases from all over, but they dye themselves in Canada. And they do batches, and then once the batch is done, it's done. So anyway, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 skeins of this. And this is 80% merino, 20% nylon. It is 219 yards, and it's a DK. And it's a series of browns. And I'm hoping that this is enough for a sweater. Fingers crossed. I don't understand. I'm so new to this luxury yarns, and I'm new to crochet, and I don't know what people do with one skein. These are so expensive that I can see. I don't like, if I make this sweater, it's going to be $130 sweater. That means I'm not giving it away. I'm going to keep it for myself. But that being said, I watch YouTubers, and they buy like 1 skein of this and 1 skein of that because they're like $20, $30 a skein. What do you do with 1 skein? What do you do with 200 or 300 yards of yarn? Not sure. If anybody's got any great ideas. I mean, besides hat. I guess I can make a hat out of this. But even still, $30 hat? Maybe I'm naive. I don't want to spend $30 hat that's going to get beaten by the weather. But I guess shawls too, and I'm on a shawl kick. So anyway, I got 6 skeins of this. I am hoping that it's enough for a sweater. Might just turn into a vest. So we'll see. Then from the same company, Mineville Wool Project, I got this. And this will be for my friend Cheryl, who was my mule and babysitter for the day and driver. As a thank you, I'm going to make her something. I don't know. This is 100 grams, 80% merino, 20% nylon. And there's no names on it. There's just lot 23. Anyway, so she picked these colors, and they're like neutrals and mustardy colors. Again, it's super soft, smells amazing, which now I smell my yarn. I had ordered some yarn, some specialty yarn from an independent dyer, and when it came, it didn't smell very good, in my opinion. It was chemical smell. And so now, I'm leery about ordering online because you don't know, you can't touch it, you can't smell it. So anyway, this is great. Same company. And I'm going to make something for my friend Cheryl. If I figure it out, I will insert a picture of Cheryl and I. And then I moved on to, and again, I've said before, I'm not a green person, but this colorway really drew me, and I don't know why. And this is another Canadian company, Rhichard Devrieze. I think it's called Rhichard Devrieze. Devrieze? I don't know. Another Canadian company, and this is, I believe, fingering weight, 80% merino, 20% nylon, fingering weight sock yarn, and I've got about 366 meters or 400 yards each. And I loved the colorway. To me, this reminds me of grass and my lilac bush. I love it. So this will definitely be a shawl. This is why I'm doing the video now, only like 2 days after I did the Fibre Festival, because I want to get cracking into this. I want to make a shawl. Anyway, I think that is fabulous. Love it. Love the whole line. But again, it's not cheap stuff, so I can't buy a lot of it. So bought that. Then I came across a company called Northern Bay Fibres. They do a monthly subscription box called Muskoka Yarn Box. Now, Muskoka is a region just north of us. It's known for cottage country. Pass it every time I go to the cottage. So I'm very drawn to this Muskoka Yarn Box. I think I might just start ordering it. Anyway, met the lady. I took a picture of her, actually. I might insert that one too, under a big sign that says, "Come feel our balls," or something like that. Anyway, it's a husband and wife team that work out of their house. But what drew me was the softness of this yarn. It's unbelievable. So she had a lot of one-offs, one skein of this color and one skein of this color. So I figured I'd match it. So this one is 70% superwash merino, 20% bamboo, and 10% nylon. And it's 115 grams, 472 yards. I'm assuming it's like a fingering, and it's called Lagoon. And you can see why it's called Lagoon. Sorry, it's getting a little washed out. The white is washing it out. So that. But then, it's only one skein. I wanted to match it up with this same one, Lagoon. Same thing, but this one's called Aqua. Or sorry, no, this one, the colorway is called Coral Reef Speckled. And then this one is called Aqua. And I figured these two would go very well together. So, yeah, I think that'll make a nice shawl. Beautiful. Smells amazing. And another shawl. Or, I don't know, scarf maybe. That's a lot of yarn for a scarf. But anyway, so that. I bought a lot from her. And then I got, so she also had these two skeins, and they're very similar. The colorways are almost exact, but they are different yarn. So one is 70% merino wool, 30% bamboo, 382 yards. It's called Dreamy Blue Trio. And this one is Dreamy Blue Trio as well, but this one is 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon. But they're very similar. This one's maybe slightly thinner. They're both fingering, but this one's maybe slightly a little thicker than this one. But I think I can make something out of that. So that. Now, the other yarns that I bought, I can't show because they are for a swap, so won't show that. Some of the other things that I bought there, I came across a woodworker, and I bought a shawl pin, my first shawl pin. It's a little owl, and he's from Quebec, which is the next province over. And let me see, what is the website? Oh, the website is creationsmirdi.com. So I'm not sure if you can see that, creationsmirdi.com. I'm assuming little guy, because didn't even have a card. So he just wrote down the information on the Fibrefest card. But I loved his stuff. So again, the owl. Then I got some buttons for a sweater. So I figured these are really cute, you know, and if you put them together in one sweater, and this will be like the showpiece. Love that. Then I got these buttons. Oh my goodness. They're like tree bark buttons. I love it. Again, not cheap, but I guess going with the yarn, like if I make a sweater out of that, I think it's going to be pretty cool. Yeah, so it's going to be an expensive sweater. So I got that. Then I got, I think the last thing that I got was a company called the Woodlot.org, and I got a wood shawl pin set. This one was slightly cheaper, but you could also use it as a wood hair pin, which is kind of cute. I don't have a lot of hair, not for that anyway. But I got the wooden shawl pin because I've been on a shawl kick. I have to have a way of keeping them on. So she's very, very local. She's in Ontario. So I might buy some more stuff because her stuff was really, really reasonable. So I got that. And she also sells earrings, like little wooden earrings and buttons and all kinds of stuff. So got that. I'm very happy with that. The other thing, I think that was all my purchases that I'm willing to share right now. Like I said, I'm doing a swap, so don't want to show anymore. The other thing that was good about the Fibre Festival is I got to find out about other Fibre Festivals in the area. So I will definitely be hitting up these other Fibre Festivals in the area. But what I did find, what I did find that I did not buy, but I'm going to be saving money for that is, I don't know if you've ever heard of this, Musk ox yarn. So I came across this company, and it's Cottage Craft Angora. I believe they're in Quebec, but they deal with quiviet. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I touched it, and I am telling you, it is the softest, best thing in the whole world. I wanted to buy it so badly, but it was $45 per skein, and each skein was 109 yards. That is a lot of yarn to be bought to buy a sweater. Like, that's expensive, but I will save my money, and I've got his card, and I'm going to pin it up on my board and just keep putting money away till I get enough money to buy enough yarn for a musk ox sweater. And it says here that musk ox yarns and fibers are 8 times warmer than sheep wool. Yeah, and they're superior warmth and softness, and are non-allergenic to even the most sensitive skin. I'm telling you, I touched it. It is phenomenal. So if you ever get a chance to touch musk ox yarn, do it, because I love it. Anyway, so that's the end of my little haul. But I did want to ask a couple of questions. KALs. maybe I'm just so new to this that I don't understand KALs. So crochet along or knit along, so KAL or CAL. What is the concept of that? I always thought a crochet along is you crochet the same item together. Like Krista at the Secret Yarnery, she does the crochet alongs. I love them. She even gives you tutorials for it, not just the patterns, but she gives you the tutorials, and she issues them out every week or however often. And everybody progresses roughly along the same way. And then you get to participate. And I've missed a few of the deadlines, but that's no problem because they're there. I can do them whenever. But I've been watching bloggers, and a lot of them talk about KALs where they give you like a parameter, you know, and then you have to work within that, but you create your own, or there's no set pattern or anything. Is that not a competition? Because they have prizes at the end of it, little prizes or whatever. Is that not a competition? I don't understand. Is that still considered a crochet along? You're all making different things. I don't know. Maybe someone can explain it to me. I'm not very good with Ravelry still. It's like a rabbit hole for me. I keep getting sidetracked into all kinds of things. I don't understand chatter threads. I don't understand, you know, how to post my finished project. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to connect with people on Ravelry. That being said, I don't spend a lot of time on the computer, so I find it, I don't know. I just don't have the patience for computers. I would rather be outside or crocheting. Anyway, but I will explore more Ravelry. But I just don't understand the concept of a KAL. Is it a crochet along or is it a competition? And I should, maybe competition is not the right word, but it seems to me like people are submitting their photos and then someone chooses a winner. To me, that's a competition, but what do I know? Maybe somebody can explain it to me. I love the concept. I just wanted to know what the difference was and why do they call it the same thing if there's a difference. Anyway, and then another, I guess maybe I should do my little rant. I was watching Zachstout's podcast. I'll put a link for his video, and that kid is so cute. I mean, oh my God, you just want to hug him. Honestly, you just want to hug him. And his work is really good, and he works in the mental health industry, and he uses crochet to help people and himself, I'm assuming, which is what I do it for. Anyway, he started talking about, you know, stores that only cater to knitters, like yarn stores, or people, you know, giving him a bit of a hard time about using acrylic. You know, oh, you don't want to use that. You know, you need to use good stuff. Or even to the point where, you know, people have said to him, oh, that's crocheting yarn. That's not knitting yarn, like in a derogatory way. You know, knitting yarn is this. I'm like, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Who cares what implement you use, whether it's knitting needles or a crochet hook or a stick? Like, really, who cares as long as you're making something? And the technique, whether it be knitting or crocheting or macrame or whatever, what difference does it make? Nobody can be perfect at everything. Sure, there's people who do both, but you know, the people should not put down other forms of creativity, in my opinion. And I have, like, even at the Fibre Festival, I went to a couple of booths, and so they're selling their yarn with patterns. Do you think there was not one crochet pattern to be had at this Fibre Festival? Not one. And all of the projects that were displayed, the samples, all knitted. So I don't understand why that industry would kind of leave out a whole big section of people. Do you not want the sale? Actually, I bought some yarn from one of the vendors, which I can't show you because, again, it's for a swap. And I actually asked her for a crochet, because they came in little kits with a knitting pattern. And I asked for a crochet version. And she goes, no, we're knitters. What does that mean? Like, So you don't want my money? I was very tempted to walk away, but, you know, I bought it anyway because I like the yarn. But I don't understand. I don't understand. Maybe it's only because I'm maybe naive and I've only been doing it for a short period of time. But I think it's wrong. I really do. I don't know. I think crochet looks beautiful. I think it looks good. I have knitted, like, I'm not very good. I've knitted swatches or dishcloths. I don't enjoy it as much. My fingers hurt. My gauge is tight. I don't enjoy it as much. So maybe one day I will. I don't know. But I would never presume to think that crochet is better than knitting. And I don't think the knitters should do that to us either. But I did very much feel what Zach was saying. You know, you go into a store and there's no crochet hooks. What do you mean no crochet hooks? You're a yarn store. How do you not sell to a whole section of the of the art society? I don't get it. And I felt it very much at this yarn festival. Anyway, that's just my little rant. I don't get it. And I think it should just stop. And, you know, who cares, really? As long as you're making something, being creative, keeping your mental health together. Come on, who cares? Anyway, that's my little rant. I apologize if it offended anybody. But anyway, so now I'm going to go start on using these. Hopefully everyone has a wonderful day and week, and we will talk soon.